The wind almost pushed her forward, but it wasn't the cliff beneath her. It was the message glowing on her phone screen. I know who you really are. And just like that, the life she fought 10 years to build shattered in one heartbeat. Clara Bennett froze at the edge of the cliff, the icy Pacific whipping against her skin. The red dress she wore wasn't new, yet it carried every memory she'd tried to bury. She had promised herself she would never return to this place, never let her past breathe again. And yet here she was, standing exactly where the woman she once was had died. Haven's End was a small coastal town where strangers became family fast, unless you carried secrets like Clara did. She'd built a quiet life here, a simple one. Diner shifts, late-night coffee, and her teenage daughter Lily, who was the center of her universe. No one questioned why Clara never talked about her past, or why she avoided cameras, or why she flinched whenever unfamiliar men walked into the diner. No one knew she wasn't Clara at all. Once upon a time, she was Elise Ferrand, heiress to Veron Estates, New York's glittering real estate empire. The girl who had everything: money, beauty, and a fiancé the world adored. Daniel Hart, the charming man with the darkest smile she'd ever seen. He was handsome, intelligent, magnetic, the kind of man American society fell in love with instantly. But behind the perfect smile and tailored suits, he hid an obsession so dangerous it had cost more than money. Elise had uncovered everything: the missing women, the forged documents, the silent threats disguised as love. And the night she ran, she knew he would never forgive her. Elise Ferrand vanished in a fiery crash the world believed was real. And from her ashes, Clara Bennett was born. For 10 years, Clara lived like a ghost, careful, quiet, invisible, until the message arrived. Someone knew. Someone was watching. At the diner, Clara sensed the shift instantly. A stranger sitting too close, a car parked too long, a figure near the docks at night. Even Jack Dalton, the fisherman she was slowly learning to trust, noticed, her hands trembling on the coffee pot. He asked her if she was okay. She lied. She had to. But lies have a way of choking the person who needs them most. At home, Lily's questions grew sharper. Mom, why are you locking the windows? Why are you sleeping in my room? Why are you scared? Clara couldn't answer. Not yet. The town, with its warm smiles and curious eyes, began whispering. Haven's End wasn't used to secrets, and Clara's silence spoke louder than any confession. One night, Clara found something on her porch, a red dress, the same one she wore the night her car exploded. Her breath stopped. Someone wasn't just watching her. Someone wanted her to remember. Then came a second message. Do you miss being Elise? I do. Fear wrapped around her like ice, but anger flickered beneath it. She had survived Daniel once. She had survived losing everything: her identity, her family name, the life she was born into. But she would not allow Lily to live in fear. As Clara dug through her memories, one truth became clear. Someone close to her must be involved. Mrs. Callahan, the diner regular whose friendly smile always lingered too long. Jack, whose fishing boat was mysteriously out late the night the stranger arrived. Or maybe someone Clara never considered. The answers came in the most horrifying way. While closing up the diner late one night, she heard a sound in the basement that shouldn't have been there. When she went down, the breath left her body. A room? Hidden. Covered wall to wall with newspaper clippings of Elise Varron's death, photos of Clara and Lily living their new lives, and a timeline, 10 years long. Someone had been hunting her since the day she disappeared. Someone who knew both Elise and Clara. Her past wasn't chasing her. It had already arrived. Clara decided she wouldn't run. Not this time. She followed the stranger's clues. letting fear guide her to the place where everything began, the cliffs. There, under the moonlight, the silhouette appeared. Not Daniel, not a stranger, but Vanessa Hart, Daniel's sister. Beautiful, cold, smiling the same sharp smile Daniel once did. Vanessa blamed Clara for ruining Daniel's empire, for destroying their family legacy, for exposing the truth, something the world never learned because Elise disappeared before she could testify. You took everything from him, Vanessa whispered. And now, I'm taking everything from you. The fight was brutal. Words, screams, a desperate struggle at the cliff's edge. Clara almost slipped, almost fell, but the thought of Lily, the only person she couldn't leave behind, pulled strength from a place she thought was dead. Vanessa lost. The police took her away screaming Daniel's name. Clara didn't feel victory, only exhaustion, only truth. She returned home and told Jack and Lily everything, every lie, every fear, every name she'd hidden. She expected judgment. She expected distance. Instead, she found something else, acceptance. Jack's voice didn't shake when he said he wasn't going anywhere. Lily held her like she was 5 again. And Haven's End felt like home. Clara burned the red dress the next morning, watching the flames eat the last proof of Elise Varon. She thought it was over, but her phone buzzed again. A new message. You can't run forever, Elise. And for the first time, Clara didn't run. She simply stared at the screen and whispered, I'm not running anymore.